Hello, besties. How are you today? We are going to be talking about the new episode of Southern Hospitality. This show is coming in hot. And when I talk about hot, I'm not only talking about how hot the cast is, because let's be honest, every single one of them is like extremely hot. Every single one of them. I'm talking about the drama. From the first episode, we are being fed. We have been fed with drama and friendship. And this is why I like this show. I like when Bravo gets it right. We have a great cast, we have a great show, and I love Leva as a boss. The way that she is dealing with the drama and how she's navigating all this issue between the cast. And we see that from the moment that this episode starts. She is bringing back Mikel to work at Republic, and we see the tension between, you know, everybody. It's a really tense scene because it seems to be like there is a division between the staff. On one side, we have TJ, Will, um, Joe also falls into that group, and on the other side, we have Mikel. We have a Grace too. Right in the middle, we have, you know, Maddie and Mia and Emmy. Like they have these dynamics that I'm really intrigued and really happy that it's happening. So as soon as Mikel comes back, we see the tension, especially between him and TJ. There has to be more than just what we had seen so far to know exactly where this really awkward kind of like pushing Mikel out of Republic, you know, vibe that TJ is giving me. But I'm gonna be honest. I think that TJ is coming from the perspective that he wants to be part of the hospitality business. A lot of people who work in restaurants don't see those jobs as their career. And most people who go into the hospitality business go in as like the stepping stone to the next step on their career. On one of the confessionals, TJ mentioned that he is he is committed to become part of the hospitality business in South Carolina, in Charleston specifically. So I can see why he think that Mikel and also Grace are not taking their job seriously. But we have to remember one thing. Just because some people don't show the same kind of interest or are vocal about their interest on a position doesn't mean that they're not serious about their job. And Michael and Grace are invested in their positions in different ways. And I'm not a big fan of work environment trouble because you go into these places pretty much every single day and the people you work with become actually your friends. Yeah, we they are co-workers, but if you see their social media, if you check their Instagrams, if you check their interactions in social media, you can tell that they actually know each other for a long time. And I can see how maybe TJ is not getting the same commitment level that he see himself into the hospitality business versus what he see Mikel and Grace in. I mean, I don't blame him. I would be upset too. I actually tweeted last night that I remember when I told my mother that I wanted to go into filmmaking, and she's a lawyer, so for her that was a joke. Some people take hospitality business as a joke. And I'm not talking about the people in the show. I'm not talking about Mikel and Grace. I'm not talking about anybody involved in the show. I'm talking outside the show. A lot of people look into hospitality as okay, these are just people who go into it because they are in college to pay college and survive, or because they're in high school trying to figure out what to do with their lives. Nobody sees somebody in the hospitality business as somebody who's planning to build a business for themselves, unless you are the restaurant owner or the hotel owner or somebody, a CEO in a hotel chain, you know. So, TJ, I understand your frustration, but maybe tone it down. Maybe step back and, you know, and take a moment, because not everybody's going to read your, commitment to hospitality as the reasoning behind, your feelings towards Mikel and Grace. And I will not like, the viewers to have a misunderstanding of your perspective. But I like you. I like TJ. TJ is, he's openly gay. So that is a plus. That is a plus, plus, plus. And I'm gonna say why. Because even though Bravo is a very LGBTQIA friendly channel, it's very rare to find cast members who are openly gay as like part of like the main cast. Yeah, usually they have a friend position, or like, like in the Housewife, they bring their gay friends to be around, or we see that all the time. But specifically shows that are not, like stereotypically focused towards the gay community, like Project Runway. We see the winners, and it's a competition. So the ability to bring diversity into those shows is different because it's a competition, and it's fashion, and it's well known that most of like the biggest designers are part of the LGBTQIA community, because we are talented bitches. We are talented people. Yeah, that's what happens when you are suppressed most of your life. You develop talents because that's the only source of expression. So when half of the society is telling you to stay in the closet, you find out how to express it. And that's also part of this episode, you guys. We have Mikel, who I absolutely love. I think he is one of those people that you just know is a positive ball of energy, just by the energy that he radiates, through the show. Like, I'm watching the show, and when I watch his confessionals, I can tell that he's a great person. In last night's episode, we find out that he has been living two lives. He is a closeted gay person, bisexual person. I'm trying to understand his journey, because when he was talking to his friend, he said, like, I'm confused because I can, I like girls, I like men. So he's trying to open up. He's trying to find himself. But what I think is very important is like the visibility that his story brings to nowadays society. And I'm saying it because he is a religious man. He comes from a church in the South, and he's a black man. Those are layers, many layers, that if you start picking one by one, you understand that, the connection between them, it's a different journey. And he's doing all those journeys on his own. Visibility is important. The South, I mean, we all know, I mean, it's not a secret. The South is still very, you know, not pro LGBTQIA people. I'm not saying that everybody in the South is homophobic. That's a stereotypical generalization of the South. I have very good friends from the South. I have a lot of them, straight and gay and LGBTQIA members who are from the South, who live in the South, and they haven't left the South. So for Bravo to bring that to our TVs and showcase his journey in a society that religious people are very conservative, and it might have been really scared to share this experience and these feelings with somebody who's very close. In the episode, we see him, opening up to his best friend from the church. Maddie said like, if he doesn't like you for who you are, then it's not worth it. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the support because when you are trying to find yourself in society, you need friends. You need a support system. Even if it's just one person, even if it's just one person telling you, it's okay. I got you. And if people don't like you for who you are, I'm here for you. I loved that scene between them, getting the nails done and how Maddie was very supportive. So moving forward into the scene with his friend, we see the perfect reaction of a true friend. When I open up to the few people that I actually told that I was gay when I first came out, that kind of happened. There was a moment of silence that I noticed on the show too. So that's why I can connect and I understand Mikel in that level. There was a small silence because people are trying to process the right words to say, and you have to allow them to do that. You have to allow them to process the new information because, I mean, it's not easy from both sides, and it's not easy to open up. And sometimes you just don't want to say the wrong thing, as the person who you telling to. That person doesn't want to say the wrong thing if they truly love you. But after that silence, it came the Mikel, you are not just my best friend, you are my family, and I love you for who you are, and my family love you for who you are. You have a family in us. Perfection. And I'm so happy for Mikel that he has that support system, specifically in the South. I'm talking about people who live in a very conservative environment, in a church environment. And a lot of people think that it's easy when you are part of a church to like separate yourself from it if they don't accept you for who you are. A lot of people truly love to be part of that community, truly love to be part of a church environment because it's a sense of love and community. And I think that's what makes some people very afraid to come out if they are part of the church. The fear of being rejected by the community that they actually truly love. So all those layers, like I was saying before, is important. And it's in the last layer, but the one of like, important, one of the most important part that he's a black man too. And I'm not going to talk about his experience as a black man because I'm not one. And I don't have the right and I can't speak on it. But that's something that we will watch on the show. You know, and the whole story, the whole history of the South is all attached to that moment. It's history. If you know history, you know what I'm talking about. So I wanted to watch the show because it's important for people to watch the experience of people from different races when it comes to their sexuality and their personal journey. Most of the people on TV, and I'm saying this because I'm as a gay man, when we watch shows that showcase a member of the LGBTQIA community, specifically when it comes to come out stories, the media tends to highlight whiteness. We watch movies and even the main characters are white, and it's a white story of them coming out, and those are different experiences from a black man from the South. So having that visibility on TV is very important, and I applaud Southern Hospitality for doing so and giving Mikel the platform to tell his story. And I really hope that maybe that experience bring TJ and Mikel closer in the show because, we gotta support each other. We if we know that somebody is, making those steps forward to be part of society with their true self, we should be able to support because we have gone through the same experience in some level. Either finding ourselves or or accepting how family react towards our true self. And that's a very important conversation to have. Then, on a fun part, I'm obsessed with Grace. I'm obsessed with Grace, and God knows that if I met her in person, we will be besties because she is, you know, so confident. It's so fun. I love a girl who can joke about herself, who take herself seriously, but can also make fun little jokes and laugh and have a good time. I remember in when she was talking about how many men she has slept, and she showed the phone with a whole list of guys. I'm thinking to myself, that is good because if I try to make that list, I don't think it will fit my whole entire phone. Because like Lisa Barlow said, Meredith has slept with half of New York. And when she said that, I was like, girl, you are reading me? Please, why are you reading me so hard? Meredith, fuck half of New York. Yes, me too. I you know, early 20s, gay man in the city, single, trust me. The list is very long. So I'm happy to see her having a good time with that confessional. And we also saw her training with Brad. Oh, Brad's like, stop. They're all so good looking. I need Brad to train me because he was saying that is he told. I'm gonna try to find this because it's really funny. I saved it on my phone. It's the perfect motivation to do your squats, you guys. It's the perfect because like honestly, you work out to feel good, and if you don't feel good about your body while you're working out, you feel sexy, you're doing it wrong. I'm just joking. No, just work out because you really need to, and it's healthy, and it's good for you, and it's important to work out. But there was a moment that I was cracking up in last night's episode when Brad and and Grace were working out together, and he told her if if the I'm trying to remember because I think I lost it. If the ass doesn't giggle, or it was something about doing squat. I will find out and I will put in the description. So far, you guys, how much are you loving this show? Leave in your comment section. I want to know. Subscribe to this channel. If the information that I'm giving you like, and because I'm gonna be honestly, I'm gonna be recapping this show every week because it's fun. It's fun to watch. And like I said before, I'm obsessed with Grace. The way that she explained everything is hysterical. She's having issues with Maddie, for sure. Maddie is somebody that I appreciate from the get go because she opened up about her journey being sober in the first episode. And if you can see, I appreciate shows that give you a new story each episode where they introduce you or they show you a different layer to their cast members. You know, Maddie shared last week about her journey, you know, with alcohol and stuff and how she's been sober. Working in the restaurant environment, which I think it's incredible. I give her so many props because it's such a tempting environment. And then on the other hand, last night we have Mikel, you know, sharing his experience as a black man in the South who's part of the church, and he wanted to come out and be his true self to his best friend, so he can start being himself to everybody in his circle, you know, of people. And what a way to do it on national TV, you guys. I give him props because I no, that is difficult. That is not easy to know that your story is going to be shared to millions without knowing how they're going to react to your experience. So props to Mikel. I truly love this guy, and honestly, guys, just go watch it. Maddie was having issues with Grace at this little place, like a go kart place, and they were having a little fun. They decided to go to that place, and it was awesome until once again TJ felt in some way about Grace's behavior. Yes, I totally get it. I totally get it, TJ. It was a family based on what I saw. It's in what they were explaining. It was a family environment place. So maybe the whole twerking was a little much. Not gonna lie. I see his perspective. I'm also, you know, uh, when there's kids around and whatever, I behave in some way. When there's no kids and there's no family, I'll be twerking and dropping it low and all the stuff. But when there's kids around, maybe not the right place to be twerking. And he felt in some way, and I'm happy that Grace decided to talk to him. She was the one who went and spoke to him and pulled him aside, and that interaction got heated. I'm not on TJ's side on the way that the conversation was going, because it made a left turn into how Grace like her own, Instagram post, and how she likes to post all the time, and how that doesn't represent Republic or Bubbles of Bourbon, where she works at. And obviously she was hired by Leva because she has the understanding of social media and how she can reach out to people. And that's part of being a host, a VIP host. You have to put yourself out there so people feel comfortable with you. So that judginess behind it, maybe I should have a different conversation, because there was already some vibes going on between them that they were not so great, and he should have just stayed on the why this is not the right place to be twerking, because he was right on that part. I do believe that you know twerking in front of kids and stuff, that's a little too much. That's my personal opinion. But the liking your Instagram, the way that you dress, the way that you act, that's nobody's business. And one thing that I don't like as a gay man myself is seeing other gay men trying to tell women how to behave. Like, let the women do what they want to do, because that's part of what we've been fighting for such a long time, which is equality. Equality is not just for the LGBTQIA community. Obviously, yes, that's the foundation of it, because we've been oppressed for decades, and we want to make sure that society treat us equally by law. I don't care about religion. I'm not a religious person. I don't care if a Christian like me because the Bible. I don't care. It's like telling me that they don't like me because they read a Spider-Man comic. I don't care. I don't believe it. It's not my problem. But by law and by social standards. So Grace having a good time, and the way that she dresses, if she travels, if she wears bikinis and she posts, that's not an issue. That's a non-issue trying to make it an issue. So TJ took it there, and I didn't like that part. So I'm trying to play devil's advocate, because I like them both. I think they are both great people, and I'm just trying to play the game where I'm trying to explain those who are watching the show how feelings are playing in this conversation. And I'm 100% sure they're friends. I'm 100% sure that they hang out and they like each other. but the conversation as a whole it was a little much. Like some people on the internet on my tweet were saying that he was doing too much, and especially towards the whole liking your Instagram post and whatever. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I wish he made the comment just about, hey, we are in a place with kids. It's a family friendly place. My advice to you will be, don't behave that way, as an advice. But feelings play and emotions play, and that's why reality TV is amazing, because we are following these shows because it makes us feel stuff. And like, we are going to like a side of them, and then we're gonna dislike another side of them, and that's how reality TV works. And I like a show when you don't have to actually like be like rooting for just one person. Every single person in this cast is great. Every single person in this cast is a human being with flaws and qualities, and we are going to like their qualities, and we are going to question their flaws, because that's what we do as a viewer. That's why we watch Bravo, because we watch for the mess. Let's be honest, we like messy shows, and Bravo is delivering with this show. It truly is. Please do not sleep on Southern hospitality. I'm telling you, I know we are used to the mess of housewives, and we expect every single show on Bravo to be a housewife type of show. But not everybody has to go to jail to be interesting. Not everybody has to be charged with crimes to be interesting. Sometimes it's good to watch a show where people from a restaurant is just having basic issues that we as humans go through every single day. So go watch it. Honestly, a great show, a great cast. Leva is delivering as a boss. I love everybody. TJ, Grace, Joe, Maddie, Mikel, Emmy, Mia, who also dropped one of the funniest thing when she said that she wanted to help Emmy if Trevor hurts Maddie, and they're gonna cut his cock, and then Maddie said that she was gonna saute with garlic and butter. I mean, amazing. And then she shared that the person she was talking to has an OnlyFans, and he's making a lot of money living in Hawaii, jerking off, and just surfing. Amazing. I want that life. Well, I don't know. I don't think I don't have the confidence to have an OnlyFans myself. I don't have it. I'm also married, so I'm gonna leave it like that. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. The recap for Southern Hospitality Season 1, Episode 2 will be now also available on my podcast. If you're listening to my podcast, go on my YouTube so you can watch the actual video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my podcast, go like, follow my Instagram and my Twitter, where the truth tea is spilled daily, many times a day. And we will be back with more recaps. There's many shows right now on Bravo that are recapping. Family Karma. We have the Potomac ladies. We have the Salt Lake City ladies. Miami is starting this Thursday, you guys. So there's more homework to do. Winter House, and obviously Southern Hospitality. Also this week I have 2 guests on Friday, on my weekly Friday guest spots. First guest is the amazing Aja from Real Girlfriends in Paris. So if you have your questions, leave it in my comments. I'll be passing it to her, and we will be answering all of them live. Also, I'm going to have Dakota at 6 p.m. You might know him as a very funny TikToker who makes amazing comment and videos about living in the South, and commentary about different restaurants. And it is really funny. I love Dakota, and I'm excited to finally be talking to him, because he got engaged on Watch What Happened Live. I think it was in 2018. So that means I'm bad at math, you guys. 2018 is 4 years. Was 4 years ago. Yes. So you might know him as Print Fairy on TikTok, and I'm sure you know who Dakota is. So yes, I'll be talking to him at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Friday. So yes, this Friday I have Aja at 4 p.m. and Dakota at 6 p.m. And trust me, there's going to be a lot of Bravo tea spilled. Dakota went to the Southern Hospitality premiere night in Charlotte at Republic. So we're gonna spill that tea too together. There's so much to talk about. And all the tea that is coming in is peeping hot. So once again, like I'm telling you, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go subscribe to my podcast and like, follow, comment, and all the fun stuff that we do in social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram. Okay, guys. Bye, besties.